Okay, I think it's live. Yep, it is live. So I'm just going to send the. I'm going to send the share stuff or copy to the group. Let's go. Copy. Okay, so that's the link for YouTube. I'm going to send the one for Facebook as well. Okay. Um, where is it? Some people are used to waiting for me to drop the link. Okay. Where is Facebook now? Right. Okay, doc. Where are you? Okay, but I don't know. I think what people are saying on the group is entirely different. They are saying it's not moving. The picture is still. All the same, we will share the link. Is the link the one for Facebook? So I hope it picks later on. And I pray it's a bit different in on WhatsApp. Yeah. Okay, it's the YouTube that came up. Okay, so today we'll be starting with the two of us. I'm just going to go online. If you can actually see it on YouTube, let me know what you're seeing, because right now it doesn't look like I'm seeing anything at all from my hand. I don't know why that is happening.
I can see you.
Okay.
Yes, I can actually see you.
You can see. Oh, that's good. Then we're good to go.
And I can hear you too.
Okay, I hear you as well.
Oh, sorry.
I hear you as well. All right. Okay. Awesome. All right. So today's is the first edition. So I'm not alarmed at all the teething problems here and there. It's okay. We will just manage and make do what we have for today. So I know that people at home are actually eager, and okay, Peace is also here. Okay, people at home are eager. They're anxious to see what exactly this program has got to offer, and just like I was saying a few minutes back. Okay, I hear people sending in their comments. Like I said a few minutes back before coming on this show, I was discussing with someone. I made the person understand that the pandemic eat in different ways for different people. So all of us were just picking up our lives, as it were, from wherever we've been able to find for ourselves. All right. So, okay. Thank you very much for telling me it's okay. Pastor Kola, okay. Thank you. Good evening, Rachel and Ninobo. Thank you. Good evening. So there's still one more thing I need to do, because I need to bring my other gang members. I need to bring them up to the screen. The people can't see you from home. I'm the only person who can see you. So that is what I'm trying to kind of sort out from the back end here. But I'm sure I'm going to be able to sort that out real quick. Okay. Okay, so I'm sure I'll be able to sort that out real quick. I'm still working on that from my end. Don't mind me. I didn't finish my training program at the technical college. Okay, so it's quite interesting what people have gone through in this pandemic, and what people will still go through. If you have been following us from the beginning of the pandemic, I've had to say it so loud that the main problems might not be surviving the pandemic, but the main issues will probably be surviving after the pandemic. And then those issues are actually staring us right now in the face at various levels, at national levels, at individual levels, and family levels as well. A whole lot is going on. All right. Okay. Good to know. Virtually everybody is on set right now. All our gang members are on set. So, but this thing is just not allowing me to be able to bring them on. But I'm doing all I can from here to see that happens. Okay, I know what I'm gonna do. Okay. Okay. All right. Gradually, I think we're getting there. Okay. Oh, okay then. All right. No problem. Okay, don't worry. Maybe we wouldn't just bring your bring your face up today. Okay. I think we're getting there gradually. It's asking me for so much patience. I have about 3 systems and I'm using, and they are all worked up. I know they've been worked up. Show me. I gotta wait for it. All right. So basically, so while we wait for that, I'm trying to just buy some more time so that I will not do. I'm doing the introductions gradually while we wait for the system to pick up. So what we'll be facing is just to give live nuggets, advices, professional advices, not just live advices, but they are all going to be based on our various live experiences and from the professional aspect on how to navigate and go through and survive this pandemic. I know that quite a number of us, I mean, are still battling with a lot of stuff. And the people that are joining us on this gang are people who are experienced. They've earned the right to be here in all their various endeavors. They are professionals to the core. They are experts in their various fields. Not just that, they are also real people. So when I say real people, because I've had to listen to so many people who just give advices, they talk because it's easy to talk, and they've not been there. But these people have been there, so they are going to be as real as possible with you on this program. There is nothing that will be held back. So you can be sure that the things that will be shared are going to be live applicable and not just some theories from some distant lands that you can't actually use for yourself or for anyone. Okay, so I can assure you that it's going to be very interactive. My advice is that if you have questions, please, you can throw in your questions. We will take in the questions. You can send them via all the platforms we have. I think we can be able to see questions from wherever they are sent in on the program as it were. And then once the questions come in, we're going to take them and then we'll be able to work with them. And I'm sure you'll be able to handle them. Thank you, Mrs. Olufumlola, our registrar at Contracyclical Solution. Thank you very much. And so all our guests are in the studio, and I'm going to be bringing them in right now. I think, yeah, everybody's here. First off, I have Mama Coach is here. Eniola is here. Eniola, let me also say this, that they all are entrepreneurs, and they are doing very well in all their various fields. I believe that, like I said earlier in my introduction, they've all earned the right to be on this seat, on this table. They are doing well. They are holding their own. And so we're so proud to have them on this program. Okay. So, oh, sorry. Okay. So, Eniola is here. Can you please introduce yourself? Talk. You can unmute your mic and then, just let them see you.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, good day, wherever you're watching us from. My name is Eniola, popularly known as Mama Coach, and my passion is to empower women. To empower women. I believe that as a woman, you can be whatever you want to be, and I believe that you cannot be limited, and all that, and because of what I've been through, the challenges I've actually experienced, as a mother and a wife, I have a lot of experience to share with you on how you can actually start a business from home, and also because of the experience I've had, when it comes to women and health challenges. I've gone through what most women go through when it comes to health challenges, so I can actually walk you through it based on my experience and based on the field of my expertise, which is the stem cell therapy. So I'm happy to be here with you tonight, and I can assure you that you're here for an excellent time. Thank you, Pete, for having me.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Like I said earlier on, we are not just gathering people here who are coming to talk to us from textbooks. So, practical life experiences, what people have been through, what they've survived, success stories, challenges as well. We won't call them failures. Of course, challenges are all part of life. They make up the part of the story. All right. Thank you so much, Eniola. It's nice having you here. Next to her is going to be, I want to follow the order from the screen. So, but she didn't come on time now. Let me go to the person who came on time. Anyway, let's have Ari. So you have to separate the two now. Eniola just finished talking. The next person you're going to be hearing from is Arinola. So they both have Ola there at the back of their name. All right, let's have Ari. Ari, yeah.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. I'm sure that we have viewers from all over the world. So whatever time it is at your end, I say good evening to you. I'm in Nigeria, so that's why I'm saying good evening. I do hope that you're doing very good. I do hope that you're coping really fine, and I do hope that you're holding up really good. My name is Arinola Adebayo, and I am the lead counselor at Marriage Purpose Consult. I am a specialized intimate relationship and addiction recovery expert. I like to stress it again because so that we don't mix it up, I like to emphasize that it is intimate relationship. There is an aspect of relationship that is intimacy based. So I am an intimate relationship consultant and addiction recovery expert. Basically, what I do is I do have a firm belief that having a balanced emotional and sexual wellness has a trigger and has a full impact on your productivity as a human being, on your creativity and your overall balance. So at Marriage Sparkles, what we do is to help you fit the puzzles together until you get your big picture. And where addiction is concerned, I believe that at some point or another, we all have the tendency to form habits that proceed into becoming lifestyle, and as it were, from lifestyle it becomes a personal culture. And once that habit or that lifestyle begins to have negative impact on your ability to function as a person, then it means that there's an addiction process taking place. And a lot of people, when we talk about addiction, people, tend to limit addiction to maybe sexual, maybe drug. But it's funny that people can be addicted to just about anything. People can be addicted to food, people can be addicted to meat, people can be addicted to a particular fragrance, they can be addicted to a particular thing. And then once it becomes unhealthy and begins to affect productivity and ability to function, maximally or optimally, then addiction is in process. And so what I do as an addiction recovery expert is to help you, hold you by your hand as a guide to walk you out of that condition until, you move from that toxic state back into an healthy balance. So I'm really so excited to be privileged to join this gang, to share my experiences, especially during the pandemic. It was a lot. And I know that we will all, continue to rub minds together till the abnormality becomes, it's like the new normal now. So until we accept our new realities as a people and our new normal as a race. So thank you, everyone, and please go ahead, continue with us as we go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, one thing I think was talked about when it comes to addiction. Some people are also addicted to their job. Some are addicted to their work. There are people who are addicted to their kids. I mean, there are people who, after getting married and decided having kids, their kids became their obsession to the negligence and neglect of their spouse. And we talk about so many things, and
the funny thing, I said that people can be addicted to just about anything.
Here in this part of the world, there are people who are getting married to a tree. It's an addiction. There are people who feel like
they have a justification for it.
Just last week in Florida, a man had taken the state to court because they were taking away his pig from him. And he's telling them that the pig is for his emotional support. So he needs the pig to live in the same house with him. So there are many things going on out there. So, I mean, just about anything. But again, what the pandemic has also done is that while people were staying at home during the lockdown, many people began to find things to...
Coping mechanisms.
Exactly. Coping mechanism, stuff to kind of buy time and stuff like that. And it has become an addiction.
Yes.
Pandemic is over right now, but they've not been able to wean themselves off those things. I think we'll be talking a lot more about some of these things in the course of this program. Let me go to the next person I'll be introducing, and that is the woman. She's here in this part of the world. Also, although we are so many kilometers away, if she has to get to where I am, she will fly almost 5 hours and drive maybe almost a day. To be here. All right, let's welcome Peace. Peace Ajayi. Peace is the founder of Peace Wellness. So she's going to just introduce herself and talk to us about herself. Please go ahead, Peace. I already have you on spotlight.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. Don't mind those of us in this part of the world. My daughter came in and like Nigerians. Don't mind us. So our accent has refused to change. Yeah, I am an accountant an auditor by profession, and on the side, I am a health and wellness practitioner. Dr. Deji is our Oga, and we are the Omoishe, and we're here today to share our knowledge and to impact everyone around with the testimonies that we have and how our journey has inspired our lives and inspired the lives of everyone around us. I am into natural herbal products and alternative medicine. And while we know that we're a function of the kind of lifestyle we live, eating habits, a sedentary life, and like Pastor Deji said, that some of us are addicted to work. I think I fall within that category, thanks to COVID, who got that side, that brought out that side of me that I could be addicted to work. You know, when you have to go to work, you know that when it's 5 o'clock, you stand up. Or with COVID, that is one bad thing. One bad thing that I am. Right. Yes. You resume, you have a resumption time and you don't have a closing time. And thank God for a program like this, because there are some unconscious things that we do and have become a lifestyle for us. And talking about this will only help us acknowledge those areas of our lives that we need to strike a balance in. As soon as Pastor Digi said that, my daughter just raised her head and like they're talking to you, addicted to work.
Okay.
She just started her head and said addicted to work. So we might be here, we'll feel that okay, we are fit, we're okay, we're doing everything.
Yeah.
But you see all those other little things are the things this kind of forum affords us the opportunity to share and address ways that we could cope or get around with it. And I'm so happy to be on this panel to shed more light in my own space and to learn from my learned colleagues here. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Nice to have everyone here, and it's going to be a very interesting time. We have so much to do. I should also say that there will be giveaway periods. There will be weekly takeaways. There will be recipes that we'll be sharing. And like I said, we are not going to be sharing things from textbooks. There will be real things. Whatever we're going to be telling you to do, there will be things that we also will be doing. And you probably will be following the journeys. I'm going to drill some of these ladies. That one I didn't tell them when I was inviting them on the show.
You didn't tell us anything.
So don't worry. We're going to make it real as possible, as much as we can. Nothing is going to be fake. The fourth person who is the fourth person on this show, she can actually come online right now because she's at work. That's Mrs. Ola Additional Jumoke. We call her Jumoke Mayor. Jumoke is she has a business. She's into natural skincare products. Those of you who've been following us on Transcular Solutions, you must have actually seen Jumoke in some of our programs. She's also on a faculty at the Transcular College. She facilitates one of our sessions, about 2 sessions or one of the classes over there, and people who's been in a class, they always testify to the fact that it's always been an interesting and very educative one. Some of the videos we have on YouTube, you will have seen some of the shows that she'd come up there. She's a very tenacious woman, hardworking, persistent, and she's also had her own shares. One thing Jumoke did during the pandemic is to relocate from one part of the world where she lives to another part in the same country. And I'm like, in the pandemic, that is one big thing to do. I can tell anyone that it's a big thing, and a whole lot of people had to adjust one way or the other. I don't know whether it was the pandemic that made that to leave, but I know that people had to do some adjustments. A lot of adjustments, came in, and people are still going to adjust. I can tell you that for free that it's not yet over. If it has not gotten to your backyard yet, be expecting it to land very shortly. And so, sometimes some of these things have a way of coming to Nigeria last.
But this time around, it won't come.
It came fast. I didn't hear that.
We jump and pass this time around.
Well, I'm not praying that it should be worse than what it has been or what it is, but it's not yet over. I'm not also prophesying doom. We're only saying get ready, let everybody be prepared, and that's just it. So let's hit the ground running. Today we won't be able to give you any global gist. I think we've been having some global gist all day. I've told you about the man who said he's going to Florida to sue the country, the state, to court over his pig. In Canada, truck drivers are trying to take over the country, but the government has risen to the situation, and they have told them from yesterday or today they will start arresting them. That's a lesson from a government of a country, I won't mention their name, to learn from how to deal with crisis without you sending soldiers and tear gas and bullets to go kill innocent people. It's just common sense to know how to handle crisis. And then you now send one man to go and start looking for a camera that is not lost. It's you can save yourself the propaganda. you know, you can, yeah, it's just like it wasn't well planned. You didn't think about what you were going to do before sending your soldiers out there. All you were concerned about was just like, oh, business is being disrupted. People are not able to go about their duty, I mean, their daily whatever. You just want to get them out at all costs. But Canada waited for 3 good weeks. These truckers were in front of the office of the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister couldn't do anything. In fact, the guy said he had COVID and he was he had to isolate. Whether it's true or not, I don't know. But he went on isolation for some days. You get what I'm saying? And then so that he wouldn't have to face those protesters. And then they were looking for means to kind of handle the solution from within until, yeah, they were able to get legislation. They got the court, they went to court. The court gave them the right to remove those people off the street. They blocked the major road the major economic road for the entire Canada was blocked for weeks. In the NSAS movement, what was blocked? Yeah, but this is the major economic route for the entire Canada was blocked. And they took their time to plan how they will evacuate these people. They didn't send soldiers to go and start shooting and killing people. They didn't send, the cops were there. The police guys were there. In fact, I pity those policemen. Like, when the guy was like, we are tired, people were funding them. They were being funded by GoFundMe had to shut them down. They were, so much money was coming in to fund these people. And what was the reason for the protest? They don't want vaccine mandate. They want the mandate to be removed. They want the, very unreasonable stuff. I'm not saying you can't protest, but why do you have to protest? You go to the hospital, you block hospital entrance. You take nurses and doctors. You want to harass them. People who are doing their jobs. All right, so let's leave the global gist. Next week we have more time for global gist so that we can have more things. All right, so now I want to talk to us about, first off, the economic aspect of this pandemic. How have we survived? Because really, it is the bottom line. For government, for individuals, for businesses, it is the bottom line. Families are still like, what is going on? So how have we survived? I know PCA, she's a 9-to-5 person and she has a business as well. There are people here who are into business, core, no other 9-to-5 than their own personal businesses. So I know that it ought differently depending on the side of the table where you are talking from. So let's talk about these experiences briefly, and then we will move to some other stuff, because the truth is that health is wealth, but it also takes wealth to sustain your health. If you don't have money, you will eat whatever is available, whether it is healthy or not. That say don't drink this, don't drink that. If that's all you have in your house and you can't afford anything else, you have no choice. You are going to take that. And a whole lot of when you look at the longevity potential as well, index across the nations of the world, poverty, or let me say the economic level of every country also determines their longevity potential. So let's not just look at it again. Only people are living long in America. It's because there are things to make them live long. When you get to a particular age, you can retire to a senior home. There's a plan for you. Your insurance is going to work for you. But in some countries, they don't have such. And so it becomes a serious wahala. So let me start from people who live in Nigeria. Mama Coach, you have to go first on this. And then what has been the surviving or the coping mechanism during this pandemic, especially in the area of finance?
All right. You know that when the pandemic happened in Nigeria, I think a lot of other countries were prepared, but we were thinking that it won't get to Nigeria. I think that was what we were trying to get to Nigeria as usual, and so there was no real plan. And then suddenly we woke up one day and the government declared that,
lockdown.
That coming out to declared lockdown, and they have to shut down several systems, and this was really, really difficult. And that's because in Nigeria, the masses, they live on daily income. Most people in Nigeria live on daily incomes. There are a lot of people in Nigeria that if they don't work in a day, they won't be able to survive. So it was really tough because at that time, people had to become, each other's neighbor, brotherly love. A lot of people had to, people who had little had to share with those who had none. And at that point in time, it was really bad. But now let me bring it to my personal experience. Before the lockdown, what I do, apart from the health aspect, I do a lot of printing and branding, and that was my core job. I used to work with companies and help them with their branding and souvenirs and all that. Of course, during the lockdown, there was nothing to really do, and by that time, I had some health challenges, and I was really not doing much I was not really doing any other thing. So it was really bad because my husband wasn't even in town, and all that wasn't in town. So what I had to do to cope was to look for solution. What can I do as a mom with 4 kids? I actually have 4 kids. What can I do to take care of my family and then help other people? And I found answers even within the lockdown, which is health, because at that time, the only 2 things that were selling or that were moving was just food and health. So what can I do, to help people, through this pandemic and still make some money myself? And that was it. And and it came at the right time because a lot of people, at that time there was this scare, there was this, we kept hearing news about people dying from, high blood pressure, heart attack, and all that. Those that, most people that died during the pandemic because they had other health complications. So I was looking for a solution that can help those people, and that was how I stumbled into the stem cell therapy, and I began to study it. And the more I studied, the more I found out that this is what a lot of people need at this time. Wow. And that's why I started promoting it. And I used it first. I had to use it because then I had high blood pressure, I had ulcer, and I had insomnia and hormonal imbalance, wow. And I used it and it worked. And that was how I started telling people about my experiences. And then I started walking them through the use, and we started getting amazing results. So that just didn't solve my own economic issue. I was able to now empower some other women, on the same line. I was not able to, I brought in, because the thing is, I believe that if you help a woman, you'll be helping a family, you'll be helping a community, a whole lot of people. And I believe that women naturally love to help, and of course, again, we love to gist. So why not gist about something that can help people? Because I'm not only into stem cell, I'm into the word of mouth marketing. So I had to train some women, and I showed them how they could actually, survive not just the pandemic, but make good money through, solving health issues for people. And that was how it was for me and a lot of other women too.
Let me say something. I even thought you were doing the plant stem cell before the pandemic. So it was...
When I wasn't before the pandemic, apart from branding, was actually beauty products.
Wow.
But the pandemic opened, because if you know Nigeria very well, Nigerians will not think health until they are dying. Honestly speaking, like, they don't think health.
You're right. I mean,
invest a lot of money on beauty and all
you
that.
are very, very correct. Yeah,
if you had done health before the pandemic,
you wouldn't make money.
It wouldn't really have worked. But the pandemic opened our eyes to the need for health. You need to take care of yourself. It's only a healthy person that can make money.
Oh,
so the pandemic opened a lot of opportunities during that time, and it only take the discerning to see the opportunity. So I saw the opportunity, and then I jumped in on board, and I brought a lot of people as well.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Awesome. I like that. Now, seriously, the thing take away from that, I think a whole lot of people still stuck with their businesses during the pandemic. They didn't see the need to diversify. And for example, mask, face mask, sanitizers. Those were businesses. Yes, this week, AstraZeneca recorded 38% increase in their what's it called? their annual, right? their annual turnover, whatever. And I'm like, that can't be true. I would expect them to make more than 38% increase. Seriously. And I'm like, the whole world should charge all those companies, AstraZeneca, Johnson and Johnson, Pfizer, all of them. They should put all anything above the normal earning should be plugged back into charity, because it's like making money at the expense of the entire world. But you don't blame them. It's their time, okay? So, but some people weren't that smart. They kept doing what they were doing, saying that there is no future for this business in this pandemic. And okay, let me not talk too much. Let me talk with Ari. Ari, what's your perspective to this? Especially, you will remember there was a statistics that came up that talked about people, the rate of domestic violence, and this was not. This is just. It wasn't just a Nigerian thing. It was something that it was a global thing, all over the world. Domestic violence, the incidence of DV went up. And I believe that one of the reasons, aside from the fact that people were now locked together, you've had two strange bedfellows who are living together this while, that their work or their job had not allowed them to express their dislike or hatred for each other. But now that they have been locked into the same house, just like Big Brother house, you see why when we condemn that show, people don't, I'm not saying I'm out for all of the things they do there, but the truth is that let them lock you up into a place, then we will see your true nature. Your nature when you are bound and your nature when you are free, they are two different things. They are two different people. So that went up. And the other thing I believe was responsible is the fact that money, income begin to dwindle, and then people begin to get irritated and frustrated at each other, and things began to go up. From your practice as a marriage counselor, what was your experience during this period as relating it to income, money for the family during this period?
Okay, let me start by using let me start by this big expression. COVID na your mate.
COVID na your mate?
COVID na your mate. Like, you have to start with one of your mates. And COVID is not your mate.
Okay.
The pandemic,
I didn't hear that one. I'm ready for the first time today.
The pandemic got to fall by a lot of relationships. It actually reflected the state of health of most relationships. A lot of relationships were on the borderline.
Wow. I think COVID has shown itself in the network over there.
COVID is not a mate.
It's not a mate. COVID is showing itself. Okay. All right. We'll wait for her to come back, and we'll just wait for her to come back. So I will take it over to Peace. While we wait for Annie to get on. Now my take for you on your own side is okay. She's back. She's back. Okay, you're back.
Yeah, that's the Nigerian factor.
No, it's COVID now. COVID is showing on the network.
So for relationship, people had grown different kinds of coping mechanisms.
Right.
So some people believe that
Oh no. There's somebody watching this show right now, and I want to tell him that when are you people going to outgrow COVID now? When? When? Okay, let's have Peace come up. I want to talk about this vis-a-vis, having.
Fine in this relationship. As long as once it don't break, I get into.
You know, she went on.
She just went up again. She's back again. She's oh no.
Okay, it's let's say village people as work.
The village people. Okay. All right.
Not some of them.
Umba. This is COVID. Okay, I'm gonna. It's not baby, it's
People
COVID.
are able to go about their daily economic life.
Now you're back. You're back. You're back now. You're back. Okay, it's gone off again. It's gone off again. It's gone off again. Okay, let's just wait for her to reset some of our settings. You may need to restart again. So, Peace, I want to talk about from the angle of somebody who, because a lot of people were forced to work from home. There was a video I saw of a woman, whether it was true or not, of a woman who had to tie up the kids, put them in her back to do her videos and work from home. I know that also is another challenge, because right here, the clamor was for the schools to reopen.
Yeah.
And I tell you, it was not because of education. It wasn't because they want those kids to learn anything at all. It was basically because they were just tired of taking care of those kids and they want to go dump them back in school.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most of the mothers. What was the survivor thing? How was it surviving that period? So we will see Ari back. And Ari's video is okay, but we have her back after you.
So I'm back. As I was saying, people have grown so different types of coping mechanisms pre-COVID. And when COVID happened, it now became a case where you had to confront your picture. Either is an angel or is a monster. Initially when, people, we all didn't know that it was going to be that extensive. So
right.
It was easy for people to ignore at the beginning, early stages.
Right.
However, as days began to run into weeks, going on months, we saw that people ran out of that threshold of endurance. And then a lot of people, especially in Nigeria, had to take pay cuts. Employers, in Nigeria, we don't plan for anything. The government did not plan, did not prepare the citizens, that there would be lockdown. So they have seen that other countries, were implementing things. Nobody was saying anything. And then they just woke up, I think one evening and just said, tomorrow, so there will be lockdown. So employers who, rely that, and we have this mentality, in this part of the world where you must work to earn your pay. Nobody believes in staff welfare. They believe that if I am giving you time cover as your employer, you must work for it. So, and then a lot of organizations also did not have reserves. So, sustaining the welfare of staff during the pandemic now became an issue, and this affected breadwinners of respective homes.
Right.
So, in a home where the man is a teacher, for example, in fact, teachers saw shaggy. I felt for teachers. Yeah. In fact, at some point, all the classes that we ran during that period, I would put in the broadcast that if you are a teacher, you will come to this, you sign up for free. Teachers were not paid. Some employers who said what we can do is to pay you, quarter of your income. Also not forgetting the fact that market was not open. People couldn't get better deals. The few people who had access, maybe bribe law enforcement, to be able to do a bit of these transactions, inflated the prices of goods and services. So you saw a situation where an angel now, the monster in the angels began to come out, character issues too, men who ordinarily don't spend as much time at home, now have to be at home extensively.
Premiership was suspended, I think.
So there was no premiership. There was absolutely nothing.
Nothing true.
So they began to see
and there was no lights.
Yes, they began to see the true nature of the people that they are residing with. And because people also react to stress in different ways. This led to different reactions, overreactions, panic attack, anxiety attack. In fact, as a matter of I'm saying the truth, everybody had to be responsible for themselves. So it's not a matter of my husband can give me emotional support, I can give my husband emotional support. It was all man for himself. And we saw how this became problematic. Men who used to believe that they had high libido, we saw them at this period.
Their libido disappeared.
Libido disappeared.
You know that libido is finance dependent.
Exactly. Men who ordinarily also felt that they had.
Oh my God, she's gone again, and she's stressing an important point, because I also believe, I think what she was trying to say was people who felt they didn't have libido, they felt that they had libido. So now the spouse could not cope with the with the rate which this guy was demanding, and things just broke. I mean, I understand that aspect. Please, I think you just take it up from there.
Okay, so for me, I've always been the outgoing type. I'm always everywhere. And prior to COVID, I was shuttling between Toronto and Winnipeg.
Okay.
But when COVID happened, I had to move down to stay with my family.
You ran away from Toronto finally.
Yes, I did. And for somebody who is used to being at different places, I had to now learn how to be in one place. How to be a housewife. And it was, I didn't know depression could affect. No. Somebody who is outgoing, sitting down in one place, I just knew that deep down, I was feeling sick.
Wow.
I was becoming claustrophobic, but I couldn't just pin what was the issue. Why am I always like angry? Like, an anger that you can't explain. Nobody annoyed me. But the fact that I just couldn't go out.
Oh my God.
I couldn't just, no events, no church activity, nothing, no marriage. In Toronto is like Lagos. Toronto is like
what? I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. We'll be back shortly. Please just bear with us. Okay. All right. Sorry. I don't know. Sorry. Go ahead.
Something happened to you too.
We pass them. Okay.
So for me, during COVID, I discovered a new side of me that I never knew existed. You don't know what you're capable of until when they'll say you don't know how strong you are until when being strong is your only option.
Wow.
And during the COVID period, my business was thriving because everybody was now looking for healthier alternatives. And they were using people just kept popping pills into their mouths, and they were getting side effects. So they had to start running towards herbal alternatives, and my business was blossoming. But apart from the business side, now I'm talking about how COVID affected me as an individual. I was sharing with Pastor Deji this week on the effect of loss. During COVID, I lost my dad.
Wow.
You'll never get to know what grief is until you lose someone very close to you.
True.
It's easy to tell someone, take heart, it is well, and do not cry, you don't cry, you don't think about it. It's easy to say that. But during COVID, June 5 to be precise, I had just moved in March. By that June, by late May, my brain has started touching. When I would sit down in Toronto, I was very active. I'll go to the gym. It's just me there now. So being health conscious was normal. You could plan your day. For me, my biggest temptation is rice. So I could afford to not buy rice in the house. If I don't have it at home, I will not eat it. So I would be able to watch my diet. But when you're at home, cooking for a Nigerian family, and my children are 100% Nigerians, they eat Nigerian food, and our staple food here is rice. So on the healthy part, I was slacking. Then my dad died, and a lot of people lost loved ones during COVID.
Very true.
A lot of people. So it's bad enough that you're not going out. If you go to work, you meet people outside, they tend to take your mind off your misery. And you only pick your misery when you pick your bag and want to go back home. And that's the way most of us, even when we were in Nigeria, that's how we leave our problems at home, go to work, just stay at work till night, stay in traffic, and by the time we are coming back,
he's waiting for you at the door.
The day is gone. But now you're home, you lost a loved one, you can't travel for the funeral. It was just overwhelming. And it's not during grief, you don't even have that strength to talk to anybody. You don't feel like talking to anybody. It's different if it's pre-COVID. You can go to church members can come visit you. It's not a function of you don't want to see anybody. By the time people are in your house, you would come out. So by interacting with people, you tend to get over it quicker than when you're just all by yourself. So that COVID period, even though my business was the only thing that was doing well, every other aspect of my life crumbled. My academics, my work, I was forgetting things. I was just, my memory span was just zero. I started having palpitations and all sorts. So within that period, I learned a lot from grief. So now when people lose their loved ones, I can counsel because I have been through.
You've been there.
I've been there. And it happened during a period where nobody could come, sit down with me to console me. When it happened, my husband he just hugged me and said, baby girl, daddy has gone to rest. The way I pushed him, he rested on the bed. He rested on the bed.
Which daddy? Which rest?
Which rest? It's, you don't know the weight of grief until you've been there.
You've been there. True.
Until you've been there. When somebody tells you that I lost my mind, you'll be like, how can you lose your mind? Why are you? It's 6 months already. Why haven't you picked yourself? It's when you lose a loved one that and learning that during COVID, I had a discussion with Pastor Digi last year, and I was just beating myself up. He was talking to me, and I'm like, Pastor Digi, he's talking to the peace he used to know. He doesn't know that peace is not my self-esteem went with the grief. But as COVID started winding down, and I started listening to people, messages online, started talking to people, finding the strength to talk to people and let them know how I feel, I discovered that I was not alone.
True.
I was not alone. And I want to use this opportunity to encourage any of our viewers who's listening and is going through a situation and the person feels that he or she is alone. Trust me, the Bible is not wrong when it said that there's no temptation that is just common to you.
Very true.
I chatted Pastor Deji and I told him about grief, and the way he responded, I just asked him, did you lose a loved one? Because when somebody loses a loved one, the way the person pauses to respond, losing a neighbor is different from losing a close person. You understand? So if you're there, you're going through something, and you feel like it's just you. Find the strength to talk to somebody, because by the time you talk to somebody, you learn from how the person coped, and you'll just discover that some of the sicknesses that you are suffering from is depression, because during that time I started having hot flashes.
Very true.
Flashes, menopausal symptoms. I just started experiencing, because it is hormones.
Very true.
It is hormones. So some things that we're going through, you see somebody always complain of headaches, migraine, popping Tylenol. It's not Tylenol matter. You call the person, how are you? How is the home front? You ask the person, how is the home front? The person just goes, So, this COVID period showed me that beyond medication, the real wellness starts from you as a being. What is the state of your heart? What is the state of your mind? If your heart is not in the right place, drink all the medication, drink all the herbal concoction, take all the stem cells,
very true.
Go to the gym from now till tomorrow.
You are deceiving yourself.
It will not work. Somebody who is happy, the person just starts blowing up. The person is not eating anything additional. Joy is food
on its own.
It's food on its own.
It's medicinal.
It's medicinal. You are sad and you're eating everything. You are still thin. It's the truth of the mind. So today, I'm sharing with us wellness in terms of holistic wellness, and that's what Pastor Deji represents. That's why he brought people from different spheres of life. And I hope with this few points of mine.
All right, okay, peace. You really eat it in so many angles. I still want Ari to finish before the network shows the head again, and I'm going to kind of tie some things up. All right, please go ahead. Okay, go ahead.
So, for those of us who practice the relationships fair, I think COVID period was a very tough period for me as an emotional, especially when people already know that this is what you do. So for every attempt, to resolve family disputes, they turn to you. So 3 people can, all jam up at the same time. You are talking to this one, the other one is doing call waiting, the other one is doing call waiting. You have to take maybe 2 hours because nobody can move. So you cannot ask people to come in for one-on-one. You cannot, and then you cannot even charge because at this period nobody has any money
to pay.
So it now became like a first CSR. You just had to contribute your bid, to keep homes stable. So when people now are confronted with some of these realizations, the shocking discoveries, in their home, some people it was this period they noticed how their partners, were treating the kids. And people had a lot of things. So this person we call, and you're trying to say, please take it easy. Okay, you're trying to, talk and counsel. Another call is waiting. And then before I know what's happening, sometimes I open my eyes at 7 a.m. and I am in one spot till 9 p.m., till 11 p.m., from one call to another, call, to another. Even when you say, okay, please, my battery is off, my battery is out, can you give me, a few minutes to call? Before you even have 1%, 2%, they are calling again. And it was now no surprise post-lockdown when people could move about, when divorce, surged up. A lot of people felt, no, I can't stay with this person. In fact, it was this period that people who had savings, who had investment, that their partners were not aware of. Scarcity forced them into declaring their assets. And so some men said, oh no, I can't trust you. So you had so amount of money somewhere, and then people from trust issues, to mental issues, to behavioral differences, so many things, finances, sexual incompatibility, all sorts of issues happened. And then post lockdown, everybody started running. Now became everybody's now looking for solution. The courts, and then I think that was not enough. Immediately after lockdown, the judicial system, the judiciary system in Nigeria also went into strike. For months. And by the time they called off the strike, case load had surged. The most prevailing cases were now cases of divorce. Everybody, another thing that COVID, taught people was the fact that life was short.
Yeah.
Because it was the survival of the fittest. And a lot of people felt, how long am I going to live for? No, I can't endure this. People who already have coping mechanisms and have carried those relationships as a cross before. Everybody now started looking for a way out to say, no, you can die at any time. The remaining part of my life, I want to use it in peace. I want to, people only live once. All sorts of things. So it now became, people were after their sanity. Nobody was after, people were not ready to endure anymore. So people were, they started paying more attention and deliberate, they started taking deliberate steps to their wellness. Overall wellness, emotional, financial, spiritual. So people, it was this period. Some people also said, I saw my wife had unclean spirit. My wife, when she's sleeping, in fact, I found out that she's working against my progress.
Oh my God. The manifestations of COVID.
It was amazing. The things that you get to listen to as counselor. I mean, you're asking yourself, you've been married for 20 years. You've been married for 50 years. And you say, madam, I didn't know it was this bad. Trust me, madam, I cannot endure anymore.
Wow.
But what has that taught us? Beyond people saying that it's over, we have had people who also were able to introspect. We have had people who were also able to discover that, I am the problem in this marriage. This man, irrespective of what this man, has been, irrespective of what I've been saying, this man has not responded. So it was a leveler. It was, COVID was like, it was a camera. It was like a camera that we all have to stand in front of. The way you stand there is the way you get your printed pictures. So beyond the travails of COVID, people are, gradually finding their way, back to one another, having realized some of the things that went wrong, having realized that it takes two to tango. I think one of the things that has been emphasized is the strength in teamwork. So all those people that have been doing solo coexistence, solo existence, I do my own, you do your own, people were able to turn to each other. Because when you don't ordinarily cough during COVID, you cough like this. Even when you're not going out, you're not in contact with everyone. You say,
your own is not you.
So God helps you. And all the in this part of the world where we have malaria, all the symptoms of malaria, majority of it were symptoms of COVID. So when people were doing restitution, people were asking for forgiveness, a lot of relationships were repaired. In fact, any relationship that was not repaired during COVID, there's a likelihood that relationship is doomed and cannot be repaired because people were afraid to die. People were reaching out, so people, who they have not had conversations with for so many years to say, I'm actually sorry, this and that. So post-COVID, I think that relationship-wise, a lot of relationships have found healing. A lot of relationships have found mending. Friendships, those friendships where you hold on to petty things. to say because this person has done this thing, you no longer can become my friend. We have seen forgiveness, a lot of forgiveness taking place. And if there's anything, one thing that I have discovered is that relationships that were lost during COVID are relationships that it wasn't, they were not relationships that people took sentimental positions on. People were able to face facts, to assess facts. And you know, when they say, if during COVID, someone says to you that, you know what, we can't be friends. Because people were able to assess their value system. People were able to, you know, to juxtapose their virtues. What do I stand for? What are the things that define me? Because we all survived COVID, you know, with our value system, our mindset. It was this one, there was no pastor praying for you. There was nobody to do deliverance for you. You know, there was nobody to give you prophecy, to tell you tomorrow don't go out. You go out, we damn taken out. There was nobody to do all those things for you. You were your own pastor. You will do church by yourself. Nobody is going to preach you happy. For people who would wait to go to church on Sunday, for the pastor to jump up and say, believe in the Spirit of God. No, you will exhort yourself. You will console yourself.
You will encourage yourself in the Lord your God.
So it gives a lot of self-sustaining, you know, practices post-COVID, and that's why a lot of people, in fact, people who had no genuine intentions are sincerely finding it really difficult to move on. People who had products that couldn't stand the test of time also are finding it really difficult to move on. So you had a product that you've been selling before, scamming people, you know. In fact, another thing that COVID did economic-wise for businesses is there are some businesses that became obsolete, really, because people were able to identify their needs from their wants. So if you that are selling maybe luxury clothes and all of those things, nobody was buying. People were investing in healthcare. For someone like me, I think I discovered another aspect of my business. It was during COVID that I created product like the vagina and detoxification set, the SIM, which was a blend of herbs that people sit back on.
Was that part of?
During COVID.
Was that a COVID-related condition?
Yeah, it was COVID that birthed all of those things.
No. I mean the condition you mentioned.
You know that people, you know, were because people started noticing a lot of things and they started coming forward with it. You know, so it was during COVID that we were able to create different, you know, products. And I think I even made some money from recommending apps because during COVID, I know that Pastor Deji used to do that COVID thing where he would recommend certain apps, you know, and say, if you get this, you get this. In fact, I became a supplier of tonic water at this period because you know, by virtue of my own environment, I could go to Spa, I could go to ShopRite, so I could buy tonic water. So when people come on Pastor Deji's live show and they see him recommending take tonic water, take bitter cola, I had selling people that I was used to, and you know, there were certain days that markets were allowed to open half day. So I would call them to say, I want a certain amount of bitter cola, I want a certain amount of lime, lemon, ginger, and all of those things. I want a certain amount of tonic water, and I started recycling. You know, I became like a hub for people that were within my proximity. You know, because at this point, any solution people just wanted. If you say take poop, rub it all over your body, it works for COVID. People jumped at it. So you know, some of us, we were also able to diversify. So, like I said, you know, we created all of these herbal products, organic products, you know, which are now byproducts that we are selling. You know, we created products out of you know, watermelon, things that are, you know, all of those things, fruits that people will ordinarily not take. If they come to you on a normal day and they say they have erectile dysfunction, and you say, okay, let's take your history. When did this start? They are very impatient. So they just want you to give them one strong opayi or something, you know, one strict formula. They just want to
next time you just refer them to peace. Urida bitters will solve some of their problems.
You know, became a leveler. They were willing to, so by the time you say, okay, take a blend of watermelon, put some bananas, put some peanuts, you know, use some coconut milk, things that people were willing to now try it out. And when they started to try it out, they discovered the efficacy of those things.
Who wants to die?
It also allowed us, you know, penetrate their hearts, with the right message of proper restoration, wellness is concerned. So people stopped taking all sorts of things on the street. So economic wise, some people came down, some people came up. I like to move my practice to virtual operations. Pre-COVID, it was one-on-one. Some people believe that until you are standing in front of yourselves and breathing down each other's nose, you cannot counsel them. So we were able to start virtual consultations. Of course, we had referrals from all over the world. And there was no way I could leave Nigeria to jump to UK or to jump to Canada. So we all had to make do.
Yeah, I will need. I'm going to need to cut in there. So sorry. Yeah. So sorry because I'm trying to look at the time. You just made a very important point. I'm sorry to cut it because during COVID, COVID made your business to go really global. Before COVID, I know I have clients from everywhere in the world, but not the way they came during COVID. Like she was saying, and it was a time that I was walking around all the time zones. So I was even finding it difficult to sleep and rest properly because by the time the people in one time zone are going to bed, the people in another time zone are just waking up and they are already on my digital space, waiting for me to come and attend to their matters, So I know that it's been an experience really, and a lot of people. I like the fact that we are starting today on this, laying this foundation, and I know many people who have been able to join and listen to us also have listened to all of these various views, and I think largely we have covered a huge base of what people went through, starting from loss of their jobs to the loss of loved ones, loss of income, loss of relationships. People went through a whole lot, and then we've talked about them. And I believe that we're going to build on this foundation to now begin to talk about solutions. But from the things we've spoken about today, there are many things to take home from there. I know people who are listening to us who feel kind of strange about the things they've gone through, probably listening to the things that you guys have shared today. We know that there is nothing they are going through or they went through. In fact, while you are talking, some people will now begin to connect the things that happened to them during the pandemic. Oh, that happened to me. That is the way life is. Some people will not even come up on a show like this because they just don't think it's important to their problems. The age-long African adage is that a problem shared is half solved. It's always true. Sometimes it's just you learn from what people have gone through. And from the things we have shared today, there's a whole lot to learn from them, starting from our jobs, our relationships, the home front, our businesses, our career. A lot has gone wrong, and some people are still stuck. The aim of this program is to help you out of the strut and get you, get your life back. And I believe that that's going to happen. So if you are dealing with anything at all that you think is strange, it is not strange. When Peace was talking about, symptoms and all of that, I've had to deal with so many cases like that. When they are talking, just yesterday, somebody was calling me all the way from one country. And she was like, blah, 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 blah. I have done this. You didn't know what. I was talking, it's COVID. You had COVID, you didn't know. And that's what happened to many people. Many people had COVID because they were not symptomatic. They didn't even know. And then when the post-COVID symptoms started, they begin to treat the post-COVID symptoms, not knowing that they had COVID. Just relax. If you know what to do to handle the post-COVID symptoms, you'll be fine. But if you don't know, you will start treating those things. And if care is not taken, you probably would initiate some other disease conditions. Some will even remain permanent. Medical science have told us that some people will have to deal with the post-COVID symptoms for the rest of their lives. No cure, no management, but they will manage it and live together. But we know that is not true. A lot of these symptoms can be dealt with, can be handled. And it is what we're trying to do, what we've helped so many people, many families to do. And we are still doing our best, to do this, to help them manage those post-COVID symptoms. Depression, You just get irritated at everything and everyone, get fatigue, getting tired on time. Your brain is just kind of clogged. You can't even think. You can't even do anything. You get, all could be post-COVID symptoms. You've had them, had those things today mentioned on this program. Nothing is uncommon. Try to, share with people. And then from the relationship experts and side of it, you've had a few things that I think you can take home from there. Relationships that could not stand the test of COVID. I do not think they are meant to be in the first place. Of course. And if there are those that you could live without in the period of COVID, in the face of COVID, maybe you don't really need them in the first place. So why are you killing yourself? And then a lot of people got to understand that, look, this life is short. You only live once. So why am I holding somebody in my heart? Why am I killing anybody? You don't need to let everybody, let's live and let live. And then that wonderful contribution from Eniola about businesses, I think is not only COVID relevant. That issue of doing the right business is relevant for all times. What exactly is the time saying? There is no point you doing a business or offering a service which nobody is willing to buy. So the ability to diversify, the ability to, do something else, adapt, adaptability, it's so key. A lot of people are just, where do we start from is a question. But you can always start, because every new day, every breath that you take is a sign, or is a sign of a new beginning, that you can begin all over again. So it doesn't mean it's an end. So that you are still breathing means that you have a chance at life. You can start again. So you can start new things. People are learning new stuff right now. If you have been following the trend right now, tech seems to be where everybody's going. And the truth is that some people are still stubborn. They still don't want to go and learn tech. Meanwhile, most of the jobs you are doing now will no longer be there in a few years from now. Why can't you jump on the train before it is late, before the train leaves the station? Get on the train, go learn something, do something, because all of these are all contributing factors to our health. I know people who run jobs that there is no way they want to keep up with that job, that their health will be in place. No way. I know many jobs like that. The time the job takes from them can never make them to be healthy. So I call those jobs the kind of jobs you do for a time while you plan your exit into something better. You just do, there should be stopgap jobs, okay? So you shouldn't, if you are not Tony Elumelu, even Tony Elumelu, Dele Momodu posted a picture of Tony Elumelu, Dora Akunyili, Chaso Ludo, many years back, today, on his post on Instagram. And I saw Tony Elumelu, I said, is this Tony Elumelu? The difference is there. That Tony Elumelu and Tony Elumelu now, after he has left all those banking wahala, is a different guy. He has transferred that stress to some people to begin to battle and deal with. That is the job you want to die for. You will die, they will move on. You're not even a banker, by the way. So I'm saying, why can't you just look around you and try to see what you can move into, and then save yourself. Please, you are not muted.
And I also feel that people should also not be afraid to start small. I think that people should not be afraid to start small. If you could survive during COVID with limited supply,
then you can survive.
Small, having the same mentality.
Right.
In 6 months to 1 year, you see that you're broken even, and then your business.
I totally agree. Yeah, very true. If you could survive with little during COVID, it means that you don't really even need all the much you're talking about. Like we said, what exactly do you really need? How many houses do you need? How many clothes did you wear during COVID? I don't even think I bought. Some people were buying expensive suits. Where could you take those suits to during COVID? Where are you going to? That tells you don't even really need them. And for people of color, that's also very important to us. I was sharing with somebody during the week. We are the ones you are going to find in all the fashion outlets. We are the ones buying all the designers. We are the ones. The white people we are trying to run after. They wear anything. They don't even care. They wear anything, use anything. They are
It's
going.
an identity problem.
It's a
It's an
serious
identity
one.
problem.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
And I actually want to say, sorry to cut you short, sir. For those who lost, a lot of people lost their job during COVID. And they've actually, some of them have given up hope. They don't want to try something different. In this part of the world, people like the corporate job. And you find out that most times when somebody loses their job, especially probably bankers, it takes them many years to bounce back. And some of them don't really bounce back. The thing is, it is never too late to learn a new skill. It is never too late to diversify. And for those who have dreams and passion, like, age is age still on my side? The truth is, as long as we are alive, you always have time.
True.
Only a dead person does not have time.
True.
And the truth is, it's really all about you. It's about you. Start today and, just keep moving. It's just a matter of time. Be consistent, because start today, show up daily, be consistent, learn new skills. You can even partner with people. But the thing is, rather than think, I've lost my job, and it's usually about a man. Or the woman will think of, my children. But you see our Nigerian men, some of them, they're after that corporate job with title, and they find it difficult to bounce back. And I have a lot of suffering I'm working with. They are the ones actually like the breadwinners in their homes down, because the men that lost their job refused, to step up and all that. But the truth is, we can always learn something new, and we can always make the best of our life at any time we choose to be, and we choose to do so.
Yeah. Well, it's a problem we face also here in the part of the world when people migrate. You discover that most of the women will want to go back and pick up a new career. They go back to school, that they want to go to the medical field, do nursing or something like that. Most men wouldn't do that. You find them a lot in the US, and so they pick up new fast jobs, Uber driving, and all of those things that have no future at the end of the day, because you do it for a while, then it starts telling on your health, and before you know it, you can't do them anymore. And the 2-3 years, the money keeps coming in, you have no savings, you have nothing. Your wife had gone back to school of nursing. She'd gone to do 8 months, 9 months. She has become a certified nurse. She's earning more money. And before you know it, they can't match up. The family breaks up. But that's the reason you find many of the breakdowns in relationships. In this part of the world. It's the truth. It takes a lot for men to, go back and start again. But if there's anything at all, let's learn from being humble. That's just the key word. Be humble. There's nobody you are impressing but yourself. Do yourself that favor. Know that 1, 2, 3 years from today, you're going to look back and wish you had started today. I want to do this and close the program for today because of our time before we are kicked out of this studio. There is a task that I'm going to give to the people who are on the show today. They're going to perform that task, and then I want them to do push-ups, actually. Somebody said, "Oh God, which one is Peace doing? Is that one push up?
We'll do jumping jacks.
No, there's nothing like jumping jacks. It's like push up is normal push up. You're gonna go and you do the push up, and we're gonna see you do the push up. You know what? That is not the push up. Not a time for that now. I'm going to tell you the task that we performed. But before then, if you are actually watching, you probably have been seeing something on my screen. This next week, that's next week. We're going to be having for the first time our maiden edition of this month is Black History Month actually, but next week it's going to be the Black History Month for natural health and healing. And so it's the maiden edition, and then we'll be talking about natural health, especially we are considering the COVID-19 statistics in our community. A lot has gone wrong with our community. There has been so many disproportionate handling. The statistics do not just add up when it comes to how Black people were treated in times of treatment, in times of care, in terms of even distribution of resources during COVID-19. That we'll be addressing during this conference. If you are following us on any of our platforms, we're going to throw out a link. It's you have to register for the event. It is free of charge, but you just have to register. Registration is on Eventbrite. I'm going to post that across, so you can just go on there and register for this program. Is on the 16th of February. 16th of February, that will be next Wednesday. We are bringing across again many stakeholders in the field and want to talk about this particular and important aspect. Please don't trivialize, like Annie said, COVID no be your mate. Don't trivialize any of these learning sessions. The education, the information is enough. Who says, I make you laugh? Yeah, people say that. I'm happy I can make you laugh. All right, so please don't trivialize any of the sessions. It's something you really need to listen. It could be a lifesaver that you need, especially during this period and in the days to come. Okay, so today, the task for today is a very simple task. I want to ask any of I'm going to bring them back so I can see their faces. I want to ask any of them, we released 2 books during COVID. So I'm going to ask, has anyone read any of those books? What's going on? Okay. Correct. Do you have any of the 2 books? Because I want you to go and bring it right from wherever you kept it now. And that's going to be the task for today. Who is missing on this? Who is missing? Who is not here? and next week it might be a push-up. Okay, yeah, so I can. So how many of you have got it? How many of you have the books? Super Health in Stress Environment. Aaron, you have it?
I don't have little.
I don't believe. I don't believe. I can't believe. You mean you don't have it? Please, do you have it? Do you have the book?
Okay, has it.
Oh, Jumoke. Oh yeah, Jumoke. Yeah, I know Jumoke ordered it. Yeah, Jumoke ordered it. So Jumoke is the only person who's got the book. Oh wow. Please, you don't have it.
You didn't tell me about it.
Oh, eh?
You didn't tell me about it.
What an excuse.
You didn't tell me about it.
That excuse has COVID.
You'll give me the remedy now.
So the remedy now, check your phone, go on Amazon right away and order on Amazon. The 2 books are about $20. I think everything, both will be about $20. I understand for people who are in Nigeria because Amazon they don't patronize Nigeria. So I understand that, but we're going to make it available in Nigeria in the next couple of days. I think we may be getting a Nigerian printer who is going to print some hard copies in Nigeria. I don't even know. People do, I don't know, that printing stuff. Probably we'll still want to see if there are companies in Nigeria who will do what Amazon does. So you don't have to print, order, Amazon will do the printing and they will do the delivery. All right, and so that takes all the stress of storage off you. So so just go online right now and place your own order and get the book delivered to your doorstep. Please, you can get that done. They can deliver to you tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay. All right. This is a question and the gift that will be given to any winner. Okay. Mrs. Agogo, you have both. Good. Mr. Solomon Luabi, you've read both books. Great. People, please, when you read them, go back to Amazon and give us a review. The reviews are also very important. People want to know what what it is they stand to gain or benefit from reading those books, I really recommend those two books. You know, I mean, the one on COVID, I keep delaying it, but now I want to release it since all the things they talk about, we have seen them play out. We have waited them out, so now we can talk.
Well, we can actually have the digital formats in Nigeria now.
I think so. I think if you have a Kindle account, you can have the digital format. And I think there's also one other thing that you can also do to get the digital format in Nigeria. I think so. I think so. All right. So the takeaway, giveaway for the listeners, not for anybody on this screen right now, since they failed in their own task, except for Jumoke who passed. The winner is going to get a massage gun. Okay. A massage gun is what the winner is going to get. You are going to send to us a picture of you doing 100 push-ups. 100. Query.
That's for the men. That's for
100.
the men.
Query.
That's for the men.
100. 100. Query. And please, if you manipulate the video, we will know. 1 to 10, that's 25 times. You can have a breather, just like 5-10 seconds to rest, and then you continue. Do 100.
I hope there's no gym instructor online.
I mean,
like
I can easily bring Coach Tokumbo to come online, or Coach Latisha. I can bring any of those two coaches to come online.
If I'm a part of this now.
No, they will not. They are disqualified from participating.
Exactly.
They are disqualified from participating. So if you send it to us before next week program, we're going to announce the winner from the videos. You can send us a video on our WhatsApp. Any of the WhatsApp. Yeah, Mrs. Kemi Tifaso, you have both. That's great. Make sure you read them. A question could be coming from any of the two books in our subsequent broadcast. Okay, everyone, thank you so much for taking our time to be with us on this program today. It's been very interesting, the first one we are having this year. So I want to thank all our panelists and gang members, starting from Ariola. Thank you for the experience shared. To Peace, thank you so much for nobody advertised their product yet. We are going to talk about your product maybe next week, and then people can know where to get you and patronize also your services and what you do. Thank you so much, Eniola. Eniola, plant stem cell. I'm gonna dedicate one entire day to educate people on this plant stem cell. I remember saying that I studied all of the products that are in the market. So I did analysis, I studied them, check all their studies, check everything. So I removed all the marketing stuff from there, their gimmicks, and I could tell you which one is standing. We will talk about that on the day we will talk about plant stem cell. My name is Deji Alabi. Thank you so much. Somebody saying modified push-ups. I don't know what you mean. Just send us the video. We will judge. We will play your video right here on this program. People will judge and see who won.
This is what you expect.
Okay. Excuse me.
Nice.
Just send your video and then we will judge and we will determine who the winner is. Thank you very much. Same station. Is this station right now? Yeah, same YouTube station, same Facebook station, same time. We'll see you again next week. Have a nice week. Thank you for joining us. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. God bless.
Bye.
And broadcast. Okay.